Welcome back to Tarqaron! Alright, we're here to review. So let's get down to business.
Yeah, let's get down to brass tacks, as they
Last
say.
wheel, we spun the wheel. I still haven't put it behind me again. Usually it's behind me.
Yeah.
It's right next to me. So we spun the big wheel that had a bunch of randomized movies on it. It's our series called Chance Time. And we spun that wheel to decide what we're going to review. And it landed on Phone a Friend, which allows us to call a random friend and have them pick out of the options on the wheel. All right. Alec called his friend Dubs. He's appeared on the channel previously. And he selected out of our 10 options, he selected Baby Shark's big movie. And it's time. It's time to go. It's time to jump into Baby Shark's big movie and go for the in-depth review. All right.
Yeah. Really, we're going to go so in-depth.
As always, you will give our gut check in the beginning, which is the score we're feeling coming into the review. And then upon discussion, we can lock in our scores at the end. All right. You ready? 3, 2, 1. 3.
5. That probably seems like a little high.
What kind of feeling, baby?
It was a little high, and I'm gonna be honest, I did not hate this movie. I thought I was gonna absolutely despise it. I did not hate it, but I also don't really feel anything about it.
I agree with you.
Like I'm just kind of like, it's just kind of like exists. It's sort of just in space and existence, and it's just so. It's made by what, Pinkfong is the YouTube video that made
the viral video
Baby Shark, yeah, which is like probably the most viewed video on YouTube. I'm gonna say, if it's not, it's close to it.
It's also a Nickelodeon movie.
Yeah, so they've teamed up because this is a movie based on an animated show that I think it airs on Nickelodeon called Baby Shark's Big Show. I mean, this is just weird because it's like we are not the target audience for this whatsoever. Like, I feel like if I had kids, I would be more of a target audience for this. Like, it's sort of the thing with, like, I can appreciate Bluey for being like legitimately great show because I have not like watched really any of it, but I've caught snippets of it like when I'm inside people's houses doing my job. Like, I do pest control, so they've sometimes had their kids home and they're watching Bluey, and I'm genuinely entertained by what I hear. Like, I think the writing is really, really good in that show. I can't really say the same for this. I don't think the writing is very good. It's very like one note, and I think there was like one thing that I kind of laughed at that I thought I don't even remember what the joke was anymore. There was one thing I was like, that was kind of funny, and then I didn't. That was it.
Not as bad as I expected, though.
Not nearly as bad as I was expecting the worst when the movie starts off, and we got this starfish who's played by Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah.
And she's singing an extremely repetitive song, and then we cut to Baby Shark, and he's singing his extremely repetitive song, and I was like, "Oh, is this going to be the whole show? Is this going to be the whole movie? I don't think I can do this."
Stariana.
And it didn't turn out. Stariana, which they wanted Ariana Grande to be probably to play her.
Well, they did the high ponytail, definitely.
Yeah,
they went for the Ariana Grande look with that.
You had that, and then you also had Lance Bass.
Lance Bass is just in the movie, and he's Lance Bass.
In the movie. His name is Lance Bass.
And then you have you got Off Shark and Sharky B.
Oh yeah, Sharky B is just Cardi B says like 3 lines in this movie. It's
yeah,
like, yeah, she's
in there, and then they name drop random other celebrities that are just like fish puns.
Was it yeah, there's like other random ones like that, but then there's the K-pop group and whatever they call it. What are they called? Envision. Enhyphen. And that's that's just them.
That's just them. I was like, what? The whole, like, when they first started saying it, I was like, is it like Enhyphen? Is it like a play?
Yeah.
No, it's just the name of this K-pop group that's just there.
Yeah, that's them.
They didn't do any pun.
And they're just in the movie.
They did fish puns with every other name, and there's just it's BTS. Hey.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I remember I looked up briefly, like, because I was looking for the cast of some of these voice actors, and I saw some article that was like they originally wanted to get BTS, and I was like, well, I bet.
Oh yeah. I bet you did. Yeah.
But
Well, the thing is, it's like a lot of K-pop groups have, at least on like television appearances, and I probably live they do it too, just for kicks. I know like Blackpink has done stuff with Baby Shark before, just because it's like it just exists. It's in the zeitgeist of South Korean culture for whatever reason, and that's the thing. That's another thing that just like completely baffles me. That's like how and why. Like I knew Baby Shark the song from camp when I was like in middle school. That's when I first heard about it at all. It was like a camp song.
I never heard of it until this Baby Shark is my only one true Baby Shark.
Yeah, so like I'd known about it for decades before this ever came out. And like I knew people that had known it for like really like a long time before that. So it's like to me it's like one of those things where I guess it just there is no composer of Baby Shark really. It's just sort of in the public domain in its own way, and that's I guess how they can make money on it.
Yeah.
In some crazy way.
Is it a public domain, Baby Shark?
Well, the song is, yeah. I think so.
You gotta give it the blood and honey treatment. Coming soon to theaters.
Oh boy!
But did you notice the Grandpa Shark's voice too?
Grandpa Shark was played by who? Who was he played by again?
Patrick
Warburton. Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
Right, it was Patrick Warburton. He only had like 3 lines in the movie, so I think it took me until like maybe his last one to like I was like, oh, that was Patrick Warburton.
No, one line. It took one line, and he was like, ugh. He has that like, Peter.
Peter. Hey, like the bar you ate, Peter.
Just like the bar you through a little bit.
Peter.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, I didn't. For whatever reason, I didn't catch it. Normally, I'm really good about that sort of thing, but I just didn't. Maybe it was sort of zoning out for like a significant portion of this movie. But I will say, the voice acting was actually pretty good for what it's worth.
Baby Shark's voice is really kind of annoying to me, but that's just his voice.
I thought it was cute. I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was kind of cute. I felt like if it had been more like. I don't know. I thought it worked. It wasn't. I didn't hate it. I've heard much more annoying voices in little kids shows. So
yeah.
But I thought the overall like story was like it's very been there done that. It's like moves to a new city and then.
But then Stariana wants to get the Siren Stone in order to force her song into people's souls or whatever.
Which is what's going on with that? I don't even know where to begin with that.
We gotta get the Siren Stone.
Yeah, she's gotta be the biggest thing in the ocean, or whatever.
And then it all culminated in an epic battle of song versus the Baby Shark. They had to use the Baby Shark song to save the world, essentially.
I also liked early on there was like a really very meta or tongue-in-cheek moment where Baby Shark was like, I don't know if I like that song, it's kind of repetitive, and I was like, wow.
They know
I was like, yeah, they know, but at the same time it's that song that is the magic that solves everything.
Well, yeah, so. Baby Shark is the catchiest fish in the sea.
Yeah, which is like
that's like the chosen one in this world.
Is that song catchy though? That's the thing that like I was sort of trying to
it's
like
gotta be, right?
Reason through.
Why else is it?
Is it catchy? No, I don't. Is singing the same note over and over and over again actually catchy? That's what I'm trying to think. It's an earworm, but I don't know. I don't know if that's the same thing as catchy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that was one thing I was sort of like.
Isn't that kind of
that was keeping me occupied in my brain throughout most of the movie. I was like, is it catchy?
Yeah. And what else was occupying your brain? That Baby Shark theme. You were doing it the whole movie. So catchy.
Do. Is singing the same note over and over and over again? It's like, and by the way, every song in this does that. They all have that sort of like droning, the laziest chord progression, the laziest everything
Well,
you could do. It's like the
dare we say, we have
basic.
a new musical on our hands here. You know, we love our musicals
This
on the
is
channel.
this is straight up a musical. I don't remember any of the songs.
There was one big like ballad, like from the friend
Mhm.
to another. A big theme of
Yeah,
this movie is finship, and
yeah,
you know, best finship and everything that comes with
yeah,
that. And
yeah.
you
And
got him and William. Do you know who William's voiced by as well?
no, who's William voiced by?
William's voiced by Luke Youngblood, who is
I don't,
Lee
I don't know who
Jordan
that.
from Harry Potter.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah,
What? What?
yeah, wild.
Yeah. Another point for Slytherin. They lead Gryffindor 90-30.
It's
Hey,
crazy.
well, and now he's William in this.
William, which is the little fish, who is the best friend of Baby Shark, and then best Finn,
Mhm.
and then they end up going their separate ways when Baby Shark moves to, what's the name of the city?
Shell City. I'm just gonna call it
Nope.
Shell City. I don't remember what it was called.
Not
That's
that
what I kept
one.
thinking the whole time. I just kept thinking about, man, I wish I was watching the SpongeBob movie right now because that movie's actually good.
I forget what the name of it was too. I just watched it earlier
I,
today.
I know. It was like, I don't know,
Some
Anchors
city.
Away. I don't know.
Because
Shell
he
City.
they live originally in something cove.
Shark Fin Cove or something?
No.
Shark Tooth Cove? Something like that.
No.
Shark
I think it's something
Bite
with
Cove?
a C. Like I think there's some alliteration to it. I don't know.
I thought it had something to do with the fact that they were sharks. Shark something cove.
I
I
don't
was
know.
like, wow, that's kind of racist.
Maybe.
Only sharks can live here.
But the grandparents were getting lit at burning sand. They called it.
Yeah,
In
it
the
was
house.
okay. That was an event. That was an event that happened.
And then there was a guy that the baby shark that runs into him, and he goes, "Hey, I'm swimming here." That's like their thing they do when they see each other.
Yeah, they do that. They do Taxi Driver because little kids love Taxi Driver. That's the thing that I'm always aware of.
And then a pirate fish goes, "Yar, sign me chests." When someone's trying to autographs, and he holds up a treasure chest.
Yeah, I was like, that was probably the raunchiest joke of the whole thing. I would guess. Also, Daddy Shark. I didn't understand what his deal was. Maybe if I'd watched, obviously, if we maybe watched the TV show, we'd get
What's his deal?
the idea. So he was like a doctor, but like he was like obsessed with getting his teeth cleaned by another doctor who was a
Yeah.
woman, which I thought was a little odd. That was a little weird. I was just like, what's going on with that? I don't know what the hell's that's all about. But
I don't know. This isn't the baby shark that I know, by the way, from the viral videos.
it's okay. It was called Carnivore Cove. You're right. It had alliteration.
Okay.
Carnivore Cove. Yeah.
The
So does that mean William is a carnivore?
yeah.
Apparently.
But the baby shark I know, when the baby shark song,
baby
it
shark.
goes in, it just goes baby shark do 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 do,
Yeah.
goes over and over,
Mommy
and
shark,
then it
do,
brings
do,
in
do,
mommy
yeah.
shark, and then it's
Yeah.
daddy shark do 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 do, and it like slows it down. But these aren't the same. These aren't the same parents. I guarantee it. They changed the parents for the show.
Yeah, Daddy Shark's kind of a cuck, and I don't really understand what it is.
Daddy Shark's not a cuck. He wanted, isn't he?
No.
He's like kind of he's got some infidelity going on.
No, he wasn't real. He wasn't really. He was the bumbling dad stereotype, and I
Yeah,
was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess we got that for us.
I think I
Um,
can't remember actually if it's in hyphen or in hyphen, but one of the two. I think that's their
Hmm.
little song is probably the best song in here. It was actually kind of catchy.
I would agree because it was just like one of their songs,
It's like a boy band
basically.
thing.
Yeah,
It's just like turning red. The freaking
Yeah.
Ford Town.
Four Town.
Yeah.
Why? There's 5 singers in Four Town.
hmm
Yeah, I mean, like I can jive with some BTS. They're great. So,
Similar vibe.
yeah.
Also, Baby Shark pulled out the Puss in Boots eye technique.
Yeah, multiple times.
I don't know if that's a thing he does in his show, but
Maybe.
it's
Must be.
purely copped it from Puss in Boots.
I know. I was like, wow, we're really pulling that angle, huh? William tries it too, but then William tries his fast talking angle. That gets him out of trouble. Is what he says.
Were you moved by Baby Shark and William's finship? Were you here for it and invested?
Not really. I mean,
The
I just didn't really
friendship
care.
bracelets.
Maybe if again, maybe if I was really invested in their friendship through the series, then their finship through the series, then I would be really like
It's such
moved
a big
by
song,
this.
musical number about it, you know.
Yeah, I
And then
know. It
they
was
had to go
really
get after song snackies, which is crazy, crazy work.
wow.
After song snackies, yeah,
I mean, I appreciated the like little messages. It's like, oh, it's for kids. It's like it's good to get them to be like to
like
like
change
that.
is
It's yeah,
normal.
change is like inevitable, and it's like you just gotta have the right attitude about it, and it's like you can either mope or you can roll with the punches and try to accept it. But then ultimately by the end, Baby Shark just gets to go back home. So I was like, oh,
Yeah,
all
it was
right,
actually
well,
just realized he didn't want to change. That was the
yeah.
lesson. So
That's not. I don't know if that's a really good lesson.
he's
It's,
actually like, no. On second thought, I'll just go back. Yeah.
yeah, it's just
Eh.
like, oh,
But you learn that sometimes your best fins they change, their personality changes, and they start folding their pizza instead of just eating it.
yeah. What that?
Like,
Why that was such a big point of
it was
contention
wild.
for
Like,
no
man, you've
reason.
changed.
Yeah,
Like it hit him deep. It's like, wow, he folds
yeah,
his pizza now, and
yeah,
he really cares about this new city culture where they fold the pizza. This is
yeah,
crazy. I thought the Carnivore Cove was fine. What's wrong with Carnivore
yeah,
Cove's way of eating pizza?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just the sloppy,
Are you a
not New
pizza
Yorker way.
folder?
For New York style pizza, absolutely. That's how
Yeah,
you have to eat New
I
York
know.
style. But for most other pizza, nah.
Yeah,
But if you're getting New York style pizza, that's how you eat it.
it's
You
tough. It's
have to
tough
eat it
not
that
to.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I like to live
I'm
on the wild side and not do that though.
ooh, that is wild. That's a little wild, but yeah.
But then I
No,
lose
if
friends. You
I'm
lose friends that way though. You can't be switching up the way you eat your pizza.
yeah. Oh, well, speaking of Dubs, I'll bring this up. He ate his pizza in a goofy way while we were all together. I'll
Yeah.
tell on him a little bit since he got me this. Yeah, there was something. I think his pizza was hot and he didn't have any silverware, so he picked up his like personal pan pizza and he raised the whole plate up to his mouth and took a bite that way.
Mm. All right.
And we were sort of like,
Optimal.
you. Then another thing was somebody had raised like, I think my friend Josh was like, it stresses me out that you eat pizza with a fork and a knife. I think
Yo,
that's what they said.
what? Who does
He,
this?
he did. Dubs was doing this. But he was only doing it for like I think when it was hot, which is like I'll give him a little grace on that because like I used to do that a long time ago, but
Whoa, but yeah, but you
you
changed
know
after people judged you for it, right? That's what you're supposed
he
to
did.
do.
He changed because we judged him for it, as all good friends should do. As well, I love you, Dubs. I'm not meaning
That's fucking weird.
I'm not I'm not meaning to shame you in any way.
Ain't no best fin of mine gonna be eating pizza with a fork and
Yeah, how
knife.
dare you eat pizza in a weird way? We're not friends anymore.
That's wild.
That's what this movie says I should do, but I say screw this movie. I don't like that. But well, no, this movie isn't saying that. It just happens in this movie. So it's
Yeah.
not encouraging that.
It just is.
Um,
Yeah, they had all these little petty things where it's like, Williams and comes to the city and he was taking pictures like, oh, the fishy's back home. Every fishy, like what they kept doing,
yeah,
like was it every fishy instead of like everybody?
yeah,
And
yeah.
he was
Every
like, every
fishy,
fishy
yeah,
back home is gonna love this. And
yeah.
then,
Haberdashery or something.
yeah,
That was like an in joke.
yeah, yeah. They had that FaceTime moment at the birthday party where he was like,
Yeah,
inside jokes, and he
yeah.
was crushed that they had inside jokes.
I know. Baby Shark was just really just absolutely apoplectic about it.
It cuts deep, this movie, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, okay, that was another thing that I kind of wanted to know, like how some of this culture works because, oh my gosh, what is going on with the auto focus and everything? Auto brightening. I
Yeah.
can't. We gotta fix my camera later. But there was like this weird thing where, like, there was the montage. It was like, oh, it was like 3 weeks till William shows up. There's a few things there. First of all, he's just given a hat for free by that haberdasher. He doesn't buy it at all. They just give it to him. And I'm like, how did
Yeah.
they stay in business?
And what did he say
But
to
then
him?
oh, I don't remember.
Little like send off. Like,
Yeah, he did like something. But in that 3 week span of which we see like 2 days, and then it's like, oh, now we're there already. Okay, time skip. But the dad is still worried about the same thing that he was worried about that would happen the next day. I was like, continuity error. He should have. That should have already happened. He should
I think
have
he would have
already.
figured it out by now.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's
yeah.
interesting. The world, you just want to get in that world, though.
But she does. She does effectively take over the whole world.
Yeah,
Stariana.
yeah, with the
The
power
whole
of
ocean.
music.
Sorry, she takes over the whole ocean. Yeah.
With the power of music, she does.
Yeah.
But it only takes a song as catchy as Baby Shark to come and counter that, you know?
Yeah, that's all they need.
And there was the power of music and finship saved the day in the end.
Yep. Yep.
What's interesting in these
all
shows
you need.
or in this, and they do it in like SpongeBob as well, and everything is like set underwater, where it's like there was a whole moment where his like sweat dripped off of him onto someone else. I'm like, how does this even work? Like we're underwater.
See, that's
in droplets, or you're like drinking stuff underwater, or you're going into like on SpongeBob. I always thought about that. Like you're going to the beach underwater, like
that is actually explained because there are there is a way to sort of explain that because where under the ocean where there's areas with like heavier sediment, it actually almost acts like it is like another layer of water underneath it because of how heavy the amount of sediment and stuff gets down there. So like it being kind of like a mushy sort of lagoon kind of works. Or you could take it as toxic waste. I guess that's another way to look at it. But there's no the chemical plant has all the toxic waste, where Sandy and SpongeBob go the industrial park has all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they make jokes about that in SpongeBob too. It's like, hey, if we're underwater, how could there be a
Yeah. Like splashing water on each other.
Yeah.
Like cups of water, and it's like, what? It doesn't really add up, but
there's a couple other things. I thought the transition effects were also like I found those fairly charming. The it was like chomping. It was like to like move to the next scene. I thought that was actually fairly clever.
Taylor Drift is out there somewhere. It's like they had all these fish names locked and loaded, and just in case one of them wanted to show up to the booth, Like, probably put their feelers out there. Taylor Swift did not return the call
for Baby Shark, the movie, Baby Shark's big movie. Yeah,
big day out.
Oh, it was going to be something I didn't like or I hated because they did it so often. The close-ups. You notice that? The close-ups on their faces? Where it would fill up the entire screen. It would just be like this little tiny thing in the middle that would either be Baby Shark or whoever character's face in the middle of the screen to like show like, I don't know, it's like this big like, oh, this moment, like, oh, and it's like they're this tiny screen on this wide screen. And I was like, I hated it. It was not good. Like, it came across to me like an attempt to do sort of what SpongeBob has kind of done with. You mentioned SpongeBob earlier, but it sort of reminded me of like in those, it'd be like over like hyper detailed close-ups.
Yeah.
Or like as a comedy bit. But this was just like, oh, it's hyper close-up, and they're just filling the whole screen for a comedy bit, but like it didn't really work, and it just was annoying, and I didn't like it. Because I was like, man, his body isn't even this like how we're not that close in on him. How is he taking up the whole screen? Like that doesn't make any sense at all. He's not that big.
Would you recommend Baby Shark's Big Movie to those at home?
It's fine. I mean, I didn't hate it. You could probably find much worse children's programming. You could probably find a lot better children's programming too. Bluey, from what I know about Bluey, I'd recommend Bluey 100% of the time over this. But at the same time, this wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. So we'll do our final scores. It's tough to put a number on something like this.
Yeah.
Because it also it'll be scored higher than some things we've reviewed on this channel.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I can't really have two.
It's like I would probably never pick it. Like I would not watch it again over even the things I review lower than it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all right. Probably. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. 3.
4. Let's see that.
Tarqaron score of 3.5. 3.5.
Yeah, I think that about fits. I mean, it's like it's not even a scathing 3.5. It's just like I just don't care about it. It's not for me. I didn't hate it, but I don't really like it. I find some things redeeming about it, but I'd never want to watch it again because it's aimed at people that are like 30 years younger than I am. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we just matched Moana 2's score with a 3.5. That's pretty
I would
wild.
probably watch this again over Moana 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't really ever want to watch this again, but I would probably watch this again over Moana 2.
Mm.
So I could ask my brother what is going on here. I could ask my brother about that because he went and he took my nieces to see it, and he was like, "Wow, that was really bad." I was like, "Yeah, I know."
I'm sure the nieces love it. I mean,
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't. I that was one thing I actually forgot to ask him was like, so did Verity and Mercy like it, or did they not like it? Because
kids, kids, you can
I'm
feed
sure
them
there's some
anything.
kids. Yeah, kids like all kinds of crap.
Just straight
So
garbage.
yeah,
Baby Shark's big movie is,
Just-
revered in their culture,
yeah, it might be. I don't know. I don't know what Gen
in
Alpha
kids'
thinks. You
culture.
know,
All right. Well, there it
or
is.
Gen Beta. I don't know what they're Gen Beta.
Baby Shark's big movie.
All
Big
right,
one. Big one right
cool.
there.
Yeah, big review.
Big review.
So.
Is
Thanks, Dubs, for picking it.
yeah. Yeah. So stay tuned for
Uh,
more Chance Time on the channel. And more other random review series we got going on. Pilot Palette, we're going to be reviewing random TV pilots. Bargain Bin, we'll be reviewing random video games under $5. And we'll be sprinkling them throughout the year, So,
yeah, lots to look forward to in 2025. Here we come.
that's right. Do. All
No.
right. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. And in the meantime, what video should they check out next?
Go check out our review of Moana 2.
Wow.
Moana 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go hear our full and filtered thoughts about that.
All right.
Great movie.
Do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then take care of yourself, all right?
All right.
Best fins forever.